What's up, everyone? Welcome to Dogs Down South. Merry Christmas. We are in single digits before Christmas is here. I hope you got your shopping all done. It's a joke, right? Because people love either one or two things. Either people love procrastinating and shopping, or people love waiting to the last minute just to make it exciting to go shop on Christmas Eve or the day before. And you're going to complain about how many people are shopping with you, yet you waited and procrastinated. Anyways, if you haven't already done so, please go like and follow us on all podcasting streams, YouTube, preferably. Trying to get to 1,000 listeners. We are over 1,000 plays on Apple Podcasts. You can hear us over there 24 hours after this. 44 episodes in. This is episode 44 of Dogs Down South. So we've clocked in a lot of hours on Dogs Down South. I'm going to bring the guys in. What's up, Richman? What's up, Fish? Merry Christmas. How you guys doing?
Good.
Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas.
9 days.
9 days. Single digits.
Yeah.
Richman, you done shopping, Richman?
Yeah, well, my wife's done shopping. I don't shop.
There you go. There you go.
I'm not good at that.
If you're like me, you're never done, man. You're never
No,
done.
we still have a few more deliveries that are going to show up at
There
the
you go.
house.
I'm just guaranteed that there's a few more. So here's a story. I had Amazon, right? Delivery. We have valet trash at our condo complex that picks up trash. And so they just decided to pick the Amazon up with the trash, man. Took all my Amazon, chunked it. I looked at my ring, and I'm like, this is impossible, right? Like, this is impossible. How did they grab it? Either one or two things happened. Either we just blessed him with some Christmas gifts, or he really didn't know that was Christmas gifts and just said, you know what? All this is trash. Thank God Amazon and Jeff Bezos is a billionaire and says, you know what? We're just going to refund you, and we're not even going to ask any questions. And I was like, I just want you to send it again. And don't you know that I was like guarding the door when these came? Anyways, pretty good story. So either he got some good gifts or he really did throw them away. Who knows?
I got a package. I got a big package sitting in my carport leaning against the wall with somebody else's name on it, but my address. And I don't know what to do with it.
Hey, man, open it up. Might be your next awesome weight bench that's already been, that Amazon doesn't want back, and or don't, because who knows, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know
you have Die Hard 3 in your house.
Hopefully my wife will figure out where it goes.
I watched that the other night with my wife for the first time, like during the holiday season. Yeah, Die Hard 1. Okay. And me and her, the whole movie, were arguing. We were debating whether it is or isn't a Christmas movie.
So I think we've centered around it's centered around Christmas now. So it is a Christmas movie. So the new Netflix movie, the hot one, is Carry On, right? The only reason this is a Christmas movie is because it's centered around an airport on Christmas Eve. That is it. You have no references to Christmas. There's a couple Christmas hats, some Christmas trees, but everything else is just centered around Christmas. So I guess this is the 2024 Die Hard, Carry On. So Jason Bateman, I just plugged Jason Bateman's movie. I think it was a great movie. Go check it out. Anyways, boys, hey, SEC champions. I did a little bracket show last week, but we haven't talked since the SEC championship. So it's good to be champions. It's good to be resting right now. I'm sure that for all I know, man, we've just been in the weight room, dude. We've just been in the weight room, in the training room, which is where we should be. But we get to watch some football this weekend and watch some teams beat up on each other, and then figure out after all that mess comes out of the dust, who we play. So we're going to talk about a lot. We're going to talk about portal news, just a little bit on portal news, because unfortunately we're still playing. The portal doesn't understand that other teams are still playing. We'll talk about that. Then we'll look at the bracket, kind of get you guys' opinion about the bracket. I'll see if I'll ask you the question, do you think the committee got it right? I'm sure there's a resounding no, and hear your opinions about it. We'll answer some questions about what our opponent, who it could be, talk about who we prefer, who we don't prefer, or just who we may be facing. And then we're going to pick every single bowl game tonight, man. That'll be fun. We'll go really quick on there's some interesting names out there, man. Very interesting name bowls. That'll be the funniest part about this. And then we'll pick the 4 big games of Friday and Saturday from this week. So a lot going into this show, but to start off with, let's talk about the portal news. Portal news: Julian Humphreys, Justin Rhett, Jake Pope. What did Kirby call Jake Pope?
An idiot.
An idiot.
Yep, the idiot. So I don't want to. No offense to Jake Pope. I'm quoting Kirby Smart, but the idiot is in the portal. Jamal Jarrett, Michael Jackson III, David Daniel Sisava. So far, that's kind of who. And you look at 5 of those, they really never made the two depth chart. So they're probably looking for. I don't think these are guys that are looking for NIL money. I think these are just guys that are looking to be seen. The college football is getting more and more about being seen as well as contributing and money. But I'll turn it to you, Fish. What do you think about the guys that are heading out, and what do you think this means for depth in the bowl games?
Well, I don't know why Julian Humphreys leaving, but anyway, I know that I saw him get burnt big time a few times this year and just throw his hands up in the air and get all twisted and turned around and look silly, like he didn't know what he was doing, or so I don't think and he obviously got to lost playing time for a good reason. What's his name, Daniel Harris, I think it is, number 7. Yeah, he stepped in. He's long, man. He's got long arms. He can make some plays. He's not bad. He's fast too.
Yeah. You think if Daniel Harris is in there, we win that Alabama game? Maybe he might make that play, right,
and not get all turned around and just. I mean, I've watched it so many times.
Humphreys looked like he was doing a yoga commercial. In that play, dude. I don't even know what was happening.
And he's done that a few other times throughout the year, and I'm sure
it's almost
that's
like
why.
It's a panic, and they come discombobulated, and it's like, oh my god, I'm out of position. So, you freak out.
And the other guys, I'm sure, like you said, just want to be seen. So I have no problems with it. We haven't lost anybody detrimental yet, and of course not, because we're on the way to the playoffs. So if you be foolish to leave right now, but it is what it is.
Humphreys didn't even go to. I mean, if Humphreys would have just waited a couple of days, he could have a ring.
Yep.
But guess what? I don't think Kirby's ordering your size, bud.
I don't think so either.
Richman, before we came live, you said, give me a chance and I'll fix the portal. Marshall right now is not even getting in. It's not even going to play their bowl game because of 20-plus portal transfers. What is the portal doing to college football? And let's talk about how stupid it is that the portal is open during the middle of while a good bit of teams are still playing games, Richman.
Okay, I think you can fix the portal by opening it up year round and let it be open all the time. But you're going to sit for a year. Unless you are a grad transfer and you've completed all of your games in bowl games, then you can go.
I like that.
I mean, that's just simple, This jumping. I mean, we're basically playing a stupid game of musical chairs with the portal.
There's no contracts. It's like they're always free agents.
Yeah.
Like always free agents. There's no contracts, even though you do sign an NIL contract. But maybe these teams got to start putting an extra year on it. And if you breach it, you don't get paid, or whatever.
Why are these contracts not binding?
Exactly.
I'm going to give you $1 million. I'm going to bind your butt until you graduate or go pro.
And have stipulations about performance, like if you don't earn this money, you don't get this money.
I tell you something else. This is what I don't understand. This NIL thing's so crazy. I think if you don't want to destroy college football, what's the median income in this country? $60,000, $70,000 a year. Give every scholarship athlete $60,000 a year, and nobody gets more, nobody gets less. It's an even playing field. That's going to stop all this crazy jumping. And if a college kid can't exist on that, I don't know what to say, because I went to school. I was eating peanuts every other day.
We're setting a bad precedent for that. Like the longer this continues, the further away from that being an option we're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
they're going to get used to it.
Because
you're 100% right.
I mean, it's going to be like. I mean, I think it's already. I think we're already in some twilight zone of this is one form of professional football, and that's the next level. And I guarantee you there's a lot of kids out there that are going to get paid money, maybe even big money. They'll never make it at the next level.
Yeah.
And if you listen to that Tom Brady clip, when he talks about what it takes to make it at the next level and the adversity and the focus and the work ethic and all that stuff's gone.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're going to have your idea, though.
You're going to have some Brock Bowers that show up. They're just dogs, and they're going to do it the right way. And they're not here for the money. They're here to get better and better and better. But generally, that's gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it says a lot to Kirby that he's just not going to. I mean, Justice Terry didn't figure it out. It's just all around. He's not going to pay that money to you. He believes that there is money. There has to be money involved because NIL is competitive. But, there's a lot of promise on the back end. Kirby looks at you and you look at the coaching staff and, it's very obvious that a lot of these kids, championships are becoming less sought after by these kids.
Yeah.
Than, I mean, you can say their goals, but are they really? Like, they're less sought after. But I would say when you look at the top NIL contracts of a lot of teams, isn't it crazy to see that the Ohio States, I mean, yeah, they're in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Georgia's up there. Georgia's 20 plus million in NIL. I'm sorry. Georgia's 18 plus in NIL, which it ranks top 10. But the ones that are 20 plus million there's some uneasiness about their programs right now. There's some uneasiness about their head coaches right now. And they definitely don't have a player making $4-6 million. I mean, dude, Colorado has 2 players making a combined $8 million, and they are not even in the playoff this year. Now, imagine if you could have spread that $8 million out to, you do the math. I mean, I'm not your best mathematician out there, but you give 4 players $2 million, you give 8 players $1 million. That's 8 players. My friend, that's a whole side of the ball almost,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that that's very smart. And those kind of things just make, I mean, Juju saw Shador's contract and maybe that's why he got the Colorado. But but Marshall, man, I mean, like this is where it hits hard is there's money missed out on from Marshall. Like, you go to a bowl, you get money. Now, I'm not saying it's major money. It's not a major bowl, but you missed. I mean, the other 60 players, they're missing out on the reason why they came to play college football. To go to a bowl game to experience that, and the portal robbed that. They robbed that of them. Wow, man. But here's my question to you guys: Is it time to? I like what you said, Rich, man. I might add that if you didn't play at all, like if you played 0 minutes and you want to get out of here and go somewhere else, I think that's legit. But you got to show that you played 0 minutes.
Put an appeal in,
right?
Go somewhere and play next year. I wouldn't have a problem with that because there's a lot of kids. We got 5 of these kids going. They're probably going to look to step down in the competition so they can get on a field and play.
Right.
They took a swing at at UGA and they're not anywhere near the depth chart. So they've got to go somewhere else,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure that happens all over the country, but I was quite curious. I couldn't find anything on David Cisna. Has he sat out this year?
I mean, he kind of got stuff. I mean, he's been a guy that's been like, he breaks in when an injury happens. I don't know if you guys remember when Malachi was, went down a little bit last year towards the end of the year. He played the bowl game
from the team, but did he not go anywhere and play this year?
No, he stayed, but he served his suspension, but it was very hush hush. I don't even know if he ever had any. I don't even know if he ever was going to come back. Depending upon what was going on with it, and
what year is he?
I think he's like a junior, sophomore, junior, redshirt sophomore, junior.
Okay.
I mean, he has been with the team for at least 2 years. I know that he's not a freshman. He's been with the team a while. I mean, long enough to where
he played a bit.
Yeah, he played a lot in the bowl last year against Florida State. Well, everybody did.
Everybody did.
I mean, everybody did, bro. He scored 60. I mean,
yep. Heck, Gunner played the whole second half.
Playing time, man. But yeah,
Thank
man,
God.
the portal, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a great idea, but I definitely think it doesn't need to open. It either needs to be open with stipulations or close that thing down until after the national championship. You won't, I mean, there's plenty of time from the 20th to the 20th. You give them a month. You know, I mean, that's a whole month before spring ball starts, which I just noticed this, guys.
I think the problem, though, Ted, is they've got to get enrolled in the next school before it starts.
Yeah, January 1st, I think, is the deadline.
Is it really about school anymore, though? I mean, I don't think Shador even went to class.
Do they even go to school?
Right. There's a TikTok video out there that Shador wanted to go meet the teacher before he graduated in one of his classes because he didn't want to say that he never met the guy, never saw the guy, but apparently it was online. You know, it was an online class. He never met the teacher, man.
That's hilarious.
He went to class one time before he graduated. It's just a joke, man. It's absolutely a joke. I mean, we are 10 years into this, you know, when really money started gearing up under the table and then the money started coming out. You know, Pruitt got them in McDonald's bags and then the portal, and then here we are. So, but, you know, here's some names that are rolling around out there. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, everybody's got their mind wrapped around Singleton from Tech. Singleton's out for money. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Singleton's out there for money. Georgia's not going to give him what he wants money-wise, so I don't think we see Singleton, even though he's the best.
We're not even on his top. We're not even on his top 5.
So. Well, we're not on there because of money. I mean, he'll go to Ole Miss. I think 100% Ole Miss will pay him. They'll continue to try to buy their next team.
Ole Miss, and Ole Miss will throw the ball too. So I mean,
yeah.
I think that's going to be a problem with us trying to pick up big gun receiver right now, is because the offense and the quarterback, nobody knows what it's going to look like next year.
Yeah, some of the biggest names out there, like I'll tell you one that crosses my radar that I really like. I don't know if you guys remember Deuce Robinson, a tight end that was between USC and us last year, and he went out to USC, and he's a sophomore now, and he's in the portal, man. And he was a guy that I was really mad that we didn't get. But he drank that water of USC, Lincoln Riley, and he's a guy that he's a Brock Bowers type kid. Good hands, great speed. He didn't really crack that lineup because, I mean, Riley doesn't really use the tight ends a lot. I mean, he doesn't. He just didn't use the tight ends a lot. There's nothing near a pro style offense. I don't even know how to say his name. Luke Kromenhoek, a 4-star out of Florida State. He's in the portal. One guy that I've heard and visited Georgia. I'd love to get him. Dane Key from Kentucky. I think he'd be great. I mean, he's a 1,000+ yard receiver. All these receivers had more catches. I mean, that wasn't hard to catch the ball, but has more catches than.
They need to let me do the pick the receivers for them, because I figured out how to do that. You get an office chair, you give them 2 or 3 shots of tequila, spin them around about 60 times, and then throw the ball at them. And if it don't stick in their hands, they ain't coming. We got to get guys with sticky hands.
I hear you. Have you seen? I don't know if you guys seen this, but Alabama is going to struggle to have at least 4 or 5 wide receivers for their bowl game. I mean, half of their receiving crew is in the portal, man.
And I don't understand that, because that he's a throwing coach. That's what he's going to do.
I don't think they trust that offensive coordinator. That they don't trust that guy, man.
Well, and they don't know who the quarterback is, I presume. I mean,
they don't know who the quarterback is.
They don't trust
that. Yeah, they don't trust that. They don't trust that. Let's move on, man. Let's talk about let's hit this bracket a little bit. I got my little say last week. I didn't put it up on the podcast on Apple, but did a little pop-up show. But let's look at this bracket real quick, man. Curious to say, like, What do you? Which game are you, Fish? Which game are you looking forward to watching the most this weekend?
That's the wrong one.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
But I know
keep
the
going.
answer to
I'll
that
pick
question.
the right one.
I definitely know the answer. It's Notre Dame, Indiana, Friday night spotlight, of course, because
Okay.
that's the the winner of that. That's who we play. So I'm going to be watching that game very closely. But outside of that, I mean, I guess the easy answer would be Tennessee, Ohio State, because I'm ready for that.
Hey, look at that one. I got one.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah,
Tennessee,
Ohio
State.
State. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Richman? What's the one are you looking forward to the most?
The most will be Notre Dame, Indiana, but the one I find highly. I think the Clems are gonna clip the Horns, and
Think so?
Ooh.
I think they are.
That would be very interesting.
I'm just thinking that Texas has been a paper tiger, and
I think so.
I think Clemson's going to be tough for them.
And we're the only team with enough on the other side of the ball to.
And I think Ewers has got a head problem now after getting beat by Georgia twice.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of brackets.
Year, man. They just ain't played anybody. What were you saying, Fish? Sorry.
I was saying I've seen a lot of brackets that have us three-peating Texas.
Yeah.
Nah.
Beating Texas
3 times, playing them again in the Natty.
Nah.
Who's Oregon losing to? Who's Oregon losing to?
The winner of the Tennessee Ohio State game.
Nah. Dude, it's going to be us and Oregon, I think, in the final.
Think so?
I think so.
I just say if Oregon loses, I don't think they will. I'm thinking it's going to be a Kirby-Dan Lanning rematch. I'm hoping that we make it there at least. But we've got a pretty solid path, man. Things work out. We've got a pretty easy ride to the final.
So let's pick the first bracket.
You want to pick it now?
Yeah. Yeah. Might as well.
All right, let's do it. We can pick the Starburst Bowl at the end.
Down.
I mean
the Starburst Bowl.
I mean, who you guys got for? Let's go straight down. Let's go Texas, Clemson. I mean, who you think gets this game, Fish?
If Clemson can score, and of course, got to keep Texas out of the end zone too. I mean, Clemson's defense isn't terrible, but I think they're just going to have a hard time scoring points. Like Cade Klubnik is going to have the game of his life, I think, to score points.
Klubnik beat Ewers for the high school state championship in Texas.
Ooh, so this is a rematch?
Yeah.
So this is a rematch.
Yeah, I forgot there was a lot of history there too.
Cade Klubnik was the Texas High School Player of the Year 2022.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either until I was.
That's cool. That's a cool stat. That's a cool thing to know. I like that.
Yeah. So I don't know if Clemson has enough on offense.
Yeah, that's my only concern.
I mean, I've heard their running back Maffa. I heard Maffa was not really doing well in that ACC championship game, and obviously the 2 weeks we're going to do him justice. But I think if you look at Texas, I do feel like Texas has a really good secondary. I feel like if you're one-dimensional against Texas, that's where you play into their strength.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. If Clemson can't run the ball, man, I don't know.
I think there's some opportunity for Cade Klubnik to have a few read options and hold on to the ball and take off. I think we kind of exposed their defense a little bit because Gunner was running the ball not with ease. And he was getting punished on the back end of those runs, but yeah, he hit them hard a few times.
My question to you is this: if Clemson does beat Texas, they are. I mean, I'm not overlooking. A lot of people are overlooking Arizona State and Boise, and we'll talk about them. But they could see themselves sitting there playing a semifinal game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't think they can beat Texas. Who you got, Fish?
I'm taking Texas.
Who you got, Richmond?
I'm going to take the Clems for an upset.
Clems for an upset.
That would be awesome. I
just
love an upset.
I mean, it's really, you're right, though. It's really going to depend a lot on that, how, if Clemson can score on that defense, because Texas does have a good defense. You can't take that away from them.
No, they do.
Their offense is a little sputtery, but
that's what I'm saying. I think they're better against the pass than they are the run.
Clemson has a good defense too, so
yeah.
Texas is going to have to clean their game up because they played sloppy against us in that first half. We were only down by 6. We were lucky.
They played sloppy a lot all year. Especially if you listen to their fans, man. Woo!
Yeah,
we got on them bad after we beat them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Texas wins this game, but I think this is going to be close, and I think that I don't think Texas. Everybody said this 5th spot is a really good spot to be in. I disagree because I think Arizona State is a little bit tricky, man. After watching that, I can't even pronounce that running back's name. What's that running back from Arizona State?
His name is Moose.
But he is huge.
He is a beast.
Let me Google this guy's name. He said straight up, man, he was like, I'm the best running back in the country. he told everybody, man.
I don't know about all that, but he is good.
I agree with you, but he said it, and he's like, I'm the guy that nobody's seen, man. Who's this guy? Arizona State.
Yeah, he's not wrong. So nobody was paying attention to Arizona.
Bomba,
something.
All right, his name is Cam Skattebo.
Skattebo, that's what it is.
Skattebo, that's it.
Skattebo. I don't know.
That's awesome.
I think Texas wins. I think it's close. Very close. They play Arizona State. We can pick it all the way in if you want to. We won't have anything to do next week though. So let's stay out of that.
We can just stick to the first round. That's fine.
Let's go SMU, Penn State. Who do you think? Richman. What do you think? What do you think about this game? This is an interesting game. This should have been Bama. A lot of people think
SMU's going to win this game.
You got upsets. You try to make this committee. The thing is, do you think the committee was right? There's the big question. Do you think the committee was right with this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's got to be about wins and losses too. And bad losses can't count for more than good wins or bad wins. Or, bad losses should not or good losses, I'm sorry, shouldn't be in the equation.
So you're saying wins and losses, period?
Oh, if bad losses are in the equation, how do they justify Vanderbilt not being like the end all be all in the Oklahoma game? Okay, bye. They got beat by a barely 500 team, the bottom of the SEC. Well, maybe not this year. But even Saban on game day that morning was like making fun of Vanderbilt and how easy it is to go play there.
Yeah. I think bad losses have to count. They have to. That's what I'm saying. They have to count. I'm saying they have to count. Bad losses have to, more than good wins. Like Bama being whatever against ranked teams. Okay, good for them. But they lost 2 games they shouldn't have, and one game was they just got beat down by a way lesser team. Yeah, I don't. The Bama thing. How does Bama get in when you lose to Vanderbilt, but then you go to Oklahoma? And Oklahoma was a subpar Oklahoma this year. It was not though. Then they got beat handily at Oklahoma.
Yeah,
like Milroe looked like.
Garbage.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it. He like doo doo.
Yeah, they're inconsistent. They didn't deserve to be in. That's all it is to it. Sorry, legend.
Yeah, right. Richman, who do you think you got SMU in this game?
Yep.
And you got upset City Fish. Who you got in this game?
I would love to see that because I watched that whole Clemson SMU game, and
SMU was roaring back.
Oh my God, dude! They look like a completely different team. Like I saw what they had been doing all year in that second half.
They got cranked up in the second half, just didn't quite have enough.
It took a miracle for Clemson to pull that out, and Dabo had one in the bag. That was an amazing thing that happened in 18 seconds.
55-yard field
goal. You learned a lot from that.
55-yard field goal from what they got like a frat boy.
He was a freshman.
They brought a frat kid in.
Next time, just kick it out of bounds, take the 15-yard penalty, and give it to him on the 40. If you're going to do all that.
Yeah. because you got to think, man, if you give Dabo 10 more yards, man, he might think he has a better chance of scoring than he does kicking it, right?
Yep.
You got to think he's like, oh, I'm gonna throw it.
Dabo's just excited about meeting Matthew McConaughey.
Man, here's the thing. All right, before you guys, so y'all both taking SMU, or are you taking Penn State, Fish?
I'm taking hold on,
Here's the thing. Before you pick this, think about this, guys. Think about
who the coach is for Penn State.
But listen to this. Next, I don't know if you guys have looked next week, but if Florida on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and this weekend is supposed to be in the 40s and 50s, you got to believe Happy Valley is going to white out, and they may be white out. It could be snowing in Happy Valley, man. I mean,
I know that's good. I'm excited.
SMU is not going to be that, as you call them. You're not that guy in the snow. I'm not saying Penn State is either, but I'm saying they know what playing in the snow is like.
Yeah, SMU does not.
That's the key, man. Is everybody said
have something to do with it.
Everybody said that these playoffs would also bring out the best in these home games, right? So you look at Texas at home, you look at Penn State. Beaver Stadium, man, 112,000, and they oversell the student tickets. So it's probably more like 115,000. So, I mean, SMU, I'm not trying to, how many tickets is SMU going to get for this game? Like, this is going to be crazy environment for SMU.
Yeah. They're going to have to bring it. They're going to have to block all that out.
Here's a question. Do you think Alabama or SMU stood a better chance in this game? Not who deserves. Who do you think?
Does Oklahoma, Alabama show up? Or does Georgia, Alabama show up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Inconsistency, man. It bit them this year. And it should have.
You're not going to be able to get you're not going to be able to get down like they did at Clemson, though, against Penn State. I will tell you that. Penn State has a really good running game. And I think this is going to be a toughness game for SMU. That's what I think. If it's snowing, this is going to be a toughness game. Penn State likes to run the ball. That's why I like Georgia's chances either way. I like Georgia's chances against Boise because I think Georgia has been good against teams that try to man up. The East and West stuff and the RPO stuff, we've had problems with this year, a la Georgia Tech. But when you've tried to run straight at us, it hasn't worked, man.
Tennessee couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Texas couldn't do it.
If they couldn't do it, and I think Tennessee and Texas have some of the best run games in this bracket.
Dylan Sampson is probably the best running back in the SEC this year.
Yeah. I think if I could see the weather, it would be different, but I'm going to predict that the weather's not going to be great for SMU. I think that's what tells the tape. I think that's what Penn State wins this. That's my final pick. I got Penn State. So you're going to SMU, Richman. Fisher, you got?
I'm going Penn State, too.
I think it's weather, man.
If
these guys are playing in a dome,
yeah,
if it was in a dome, you put them in the Superdome, Sugar Bowl, you give them the bowl. Okay, that's another thing. I didn't bring this up. I think this is another way that the playoff could be improved. There's no reward for that bye other than an extra week. Why in the world wouldn't they? I don't care if I'm now. Granted, there's a lot of money in bowl games. I'm sure Georgia's in line to make a ton of millions of dollars at the Sugar Bowl. But why in the world wouldn't you go? Why wouldn't you let Ohio State and Tennessee go play in a bowl game, and then the reward be if you guys win, you got to come to Athens. If you guys win, you got to come to Outson. I think that where Georgia's sitting, you should be able to come to Athens in that game. That's me.
Yeah.
And maybe still give them the money. Like, I don't know how they can raise that money. I mean, this is the College Football Playoff Committee. This is the NCAA.
Those four teams did lose home field advantage by winning their conference championship game.
Exactly. They lost it by winning. No reward for that.
It's supposed to snow in Pennsylvania on Friday, and the high for Saturday's 28. So I don't know what it's going to be.
They're going to find out what they're made of as soon as that first time they get smacked in the chest.
They're going to need horses just to get through the snow.
SMU plays in a dome, right?
Yep.
Do they?
I think they play in a dome.
I know they're in Dallas.
They don't have their own stadium, do they? Don't they play in a dome?
SMU plays at Gerald J. Ford Field. They play outside.
Okay. All right.
It only seats 32,000 people, though. I mean, 115,000 is what. I mean, dude, if it's 28 degrees, a whiteout, and you're gonna have 100 of that 115,000 screaming at you, if SMU wins this game, you need to be worried about SMU the rest of the way. If they win this game,
you better worry about SMU because last time they were good, they were buying players, and now it's legal to buy players.
I know.
And they're in Texas. They got oil.
Tony Dorsett.
Yikes. All right. Ohio State, Tennessee. Ohio State, Tennessee. Did you change your mind, Richman, by the way? With that 28 degrees, did you change your mind?
I'm going SMU.
Are you SMU? I mean, dude, they're going to have
to he'll be a genius if they pull that out.
You will. You will.
We'll both be texting him like, bow down.
28, snow, 115,000 people. 115,000 people is more than those guys have seen combined in their stadium this year, and they sold them out probably. You do the math, man. 5 times 3. I'm not the biggest math major, but that's
32,000. They don't even have that many season ticket holders.
Probably not. No, you're absolutely right.
They will see more fans in those stands on that night than they will have seen combined in all their home games. Wild. Ohio State, Tennessee, man, this should have been at Neyland. Should have been at Neyland. This is some Big Ten bolstering by the playoff committee.
Oh, definitely.
Big Ten getting the money, getting
Ohio State's lost to Michigan should have forfeited their home field advantage.
I honestly think that Michigan was like, if Ohio State has a chance to lose, it's at home though, because let me tell you, these fans are still pissed. They're going to boo Ryan Day when he comes in there. I don't care what you're saying. They're going to boo. There's going to be some animosity in that stadium still.
Look out.
Yeah.
If Ohio State loses and Mike Vrabel shows interest in that job,
yeah,
they might fire.
Where's
they might
Ohio
go ahead.
State at? What town?
Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio. Columbus. All right, Tennessee. What does Tennessee got to do to win this game? What does Ohio State got to do to win this game? You guys go ahead. Free for all it.
Tennessee's got to pound the rock.
Samson.
They're going to have to do what they've been doing: lean on the D and control the clock.
Yeah, I think Nico has to have. I think they got to be able to get some. They got to get some of those throws over the top. I don't think you can sit there and grind it out with Ohio State. Unless Chip Kelly comes up with that play calling he came up with against Michigan, and then Tennessee's going to win by 21 points. He's going to need a new job. Ryan Day's going to need a new job. You see it. Tennessee's going to definitely have to hit some play action deep balls against this Ohio State team. It's going to be. Remember, guys, same thing is going to go on here. It's not going to be any warmer in Ohio.
28 degrees is the high.
It's not going to be any warmer. You're looking at Tennessee going into. Snowy conditions possibly. This is where these home field advantages pop up. I mean, dude, 3 out of these 4 games are going to be possibly played in some sort of snow.
Love it.
I think, I'll be honest with you, I think Tennessee wins this game. And I would love to see it because they're SEC. But secondly, because I just don't think, man, Ohio State can hang with these SEC teams, man, especially not this year. Last year, different story, man. I mean, completely different story last year, in my opinion. Last 2 years, in my opinion. This is a $21 million team that is really out of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
They're really out of sorts. They don't know what to expect. I think Tennessee wins this game. Crazily enough, I think Tennessee wins this game very easily. I'm not going to call a score, but I don't think it's. I think the Ohio State fans are going to be befuddled by this Michigan crap. Day's going to be. Guys, I've even heard rumors that Ryan Day is having trouble at home. So a lot of this is playing out really, really to favor Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. It's none of my business, but it's out there. And more than one news place is reporting that he's having a lot of inside and outside stuff going on. Who you guys think? I got Tennessee in this one. I think they win really easily. I don't think it's a big score, But I think when you look at the stats that Michigan was able to put up, not only offensively, but when you look at Howard and this defensive line, if this defensive line can cause Howard doesn't do well under pressure, man. He folds. And this offensive line for Ohio State is being restructured as we speak. They're missing their starting left tackle, their starting center. And I'm even taking it if it's snowing, man. Like, I don't know.
I think Tennessee can play in weather. It's cold in Nashville or Knoxville. Sorry.
Who you got, Fish?
I got Tennessee. I think some things are going to have to go their way. You're right. Yeah. Nico's going to have to open it up a little bit because they're not just going to be able to lean on the run game all the time because, that'll get easy and predictable. And Tennessee, Ohio State does have one of the best defenses money can buy.
Yeah.
So, it's not going to be easy. And I think if they can get after Will Howard, like you said, they can touch him a few times, put him on the ground a few times. I think that'll help them out a lot. But give me Tennessee.
Yeah. You got.
I'm gonna go with the Kirby axiom. I'm gonna say that the quarterback is no longer a freshman. At this point in his career, he's experienced. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have a big day, and he's gonna chunk the ball, and he's gonna run the ball.
Yeah.
All right. I hear you. All right, Notre Dame, Indiana, man. This is the battle of the Indianas. This is a crosstown rivalry. This is everything, man. Like, this is crazy. It's going to come down to, and you guys can chime in on this too. I think this comes down to this comes out of defense. I think Ohio State was able to keep Indiana off schedule. I think if Indiana is on schedule, that's why they score all those points they scored this year. Ohio State was able to keep them off schedule. Riley Leonard, they're going to make Riley Leonard throw the ball. 100%. If you are anybody scouting Notre Dame, you would say you do not want to get into a run game battle with Riley Leonard. You make him throw the ball though, and you can get pressure on him. He's gonna have to win the game by throwing the ball. What do you guys think? I think that's a huge key is Riley Leonard's legs and Cignetti being able to be off schedule as far as the offense is concerned.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Who you want to who you want to see win and who you think's going to win? Fish, who you want to see win, Fish?
Indiana.
Who you think's going to win?
Indiana.
Okay. Richman?
I got Indiana, and I got Indiana because Cignetti these guys are not blue chips. These guys are, blue collar, run of the mill, 2 and 3 star. They may have a couple of 4 stars in there, but he's got this team playing as a team. Notre Dame,
they believe,
and they believe, and Notre Dame is a bunch of prima donnas like they've always been. They don't play well together. They're highly overrated. I'm taking Indiana, and I think the talent gap at Ohio is what really messed them up. But I think the talent gap is there, but I don't think Notre Dame's a great team. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
I don't either.
I'm not sold on that coach either. I'm not sure if he's
No, and he just got paid. He just got a bag.
Both of them did.
That
both of them
I think that might take a little bit of his, fire out of it.
I'll tell you what, if it falls down to coaching, I'm putting my money on Cignetti for sure.
You guys think Cignetti's real, man?
I don't know, man. I think he's hilarious, though. I love the way he talks trash.
I think he's like Lane Kiffin, but on the serious level.
Yeah, it's a serious Lane Kiffin.
I don't know, man. I don't know if he's real, dude.
Didn't he say earlier in the season when they were giving him grief? He said, "Look at my record. Look where I came from." So apparently,
he was saying that at James Madison too, man. He's always been a guy with he's a lot of words. I don't know, man. Indiana's a tricky team to me. It's a lot of coaching. It's a lot of. You're right. There's not a lot of blue chips there. It's a home game for Notre Dame. Both of these coaches just got paid. Marcus Freeman The cool thing about Notre Dame is they're a private university, so you don't know what Freeman's contract was.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to release that.
Nope.
But both of them got paid.
Yep.
So, I mean, you've probably seen more of Indiana, but I will tell you, Notre Dame and Indiana both had easy schedules. But my thing is, I think Indiana had to play in the Big Ten, and the Big Ten's a little bit more battle tested, in my opinion. Even some of the worser teams in the Big Ten are a little more battle tested than the teams that
that's a good
that
point.
Notre Dame has to play.
Notre Dame played an ACC schedule. I don't know how they get to pick that.
I think Indiana. I would love to play Notre Dame, but I just think there's a toughness thing about Indiana that is a little bit more of a,
I think they got a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah,
they got something to prove.
I think with Cignetti, like you get into that, Kirby's not gonna. It's not gonna really matter at Kirby. This Cignetti doesn't ruffle feathers, and I'm sure. I'd love to see Cignetti give Kirby some bulletin board material, because let me just tell you, you want to make that contract look like a mistake, you'll give Kirby some bulletin board material if you win. Mm-hmm. Just in that press conference, if you do win, I would highly suggest Cignetti shut his mouth. That's me. So, I mean, I think Indiana's going to win this game, just because I think that Notre Dame's just not battle tested. It is at home, but
there'll be a lot of Indiana fans there.
Yeah, you got to get it,
because we know Notre Dame will let you. So they'll sell half their tickets to the opposing team. Yeah. We've seen that firsthand.
I took all the underdogs in that bracket.
You did.
You did.
That would make for a fun weekend.
Well, everybody wants to see SMU and Clemson match back up out of both sides.
That would be hilarious.
It's crazy. Well, no, not really, because then that would be Georgia not being in that game.
Well, true.
But anyways, all right. So winner Notre Dame, Indiana breakdown. Georgia plays them 8:45. Man, I'm gonna have to take a nap that day. 8:45 p.m. New Year's Day evening. Big questions before we pick all these useless bowls. Can Georgia win a national title with Gunner Stockton? Can they win it with Gunner Stockton?
Hell yeah.
Why do you guys think that?
Well, have you looked at his high school stats?
I've looked at his high school stats, but
my thing is here's what I'm thinking. Here's what's going to happen. It's not what I'm thinking. This is what's going to happen. They're going to stack the box and make him throw the ball, and he has thrown the ball successfully. He holds the high school record in the state of Georgia for throwing the ball. So if he's successful throwing the ball, if he can at least hurt them in the mid zone, even with deep ball, and they have to respect that, we're off to the races. They're not going to be able to do anything with us.
Fish?
Especially with our defense. I hope he's throwing the ball in practice a lot. I hope because, man, I've watched some of his games, and there's even a video montage put together on YouTube, all of Gunner Stockton's PT, his playing time, any meaningful snaps he's taken, and he does not throw the ball downfield. He does not. He played a whole half against Florida State, and I think his longest pass completion was 15 yards.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's because they were letting him open it up and he was just inaccurate. I think that was all they schemed up for him.
I think, it's like I said, he's going to have to throw that ball down there, or they're going to stack the box and try and shut us down. And I don't think, it's going to be hard to just run over people when they stack the box on us. But
it's not like we have Herschel back there.
He's proven he can throw the ball. They haven't let him throw the ball, is what I'm contending, and I think he can. But we'll find out, because if he can't, it's going to get ugly.
There's one thing that's not in the Big Ten that I think Georgia has a little bit of an edge. Wise, I'm going to be honest with you. I guess we answered the question. I think we see ourselves against Indiana. I think one of the big things that sees us being successful against Indiana is you can't coach speed. And I do think Georgia has good speed. I mean, if Etienne's going to have 3 weeks, I mean, Etienne looked great against Texas, and it's going to spell Frazier. We saw what happens if Frazier's legs are healthy and they're rested, and he doesn't have to carry the ball 25 times. He's explosive, man, very explosive.
Very.
I think Evans. I don't think Kirby's going to have this portal montage going on, but I do think he's going to get the ball to Evans a little bit more. Evans has speed that is untapped. I think you look at Evans. I don't think it has anything to play on a montage, but
he's loose with the ball, though.
What's that?
He's loose with the ball.
He is loose with the ball. I think he knows that. But my thing is I think also you got to give him the ball more so that he's not loose with the ball. I mean, he can't hold on to the ball, and Arian Smith can't catch the ball. I mean, how much do we see Arian Smith touch the ball? I mean, I get it. Kirby's like, we trust him. He's gonna get it. Well, listen, man. If I can, it's almost like looking at your kids and going, "Hey, clean your room."
I want to see Nitro Tuggle.
I think
I want to see a lot.
Yeah,
of him.
I want to see what that's all about.
Yeah. Well, we paid him. I mean, there had to have been something there. We paid him. He's coming back. He didn't come back because of a conversation that was, we loved. I'm sure when he left, he knew how much Georgia loved him and cared about him.
That's one of the coolest names in the SEC, man.
Yeah.
Or all of college football. Nitro Tuggle. The only one better is Bo Walker. I love that. Bo Walker.
I like Bo, man.
Combination of two of the best running backs to ever do it.
I think we can with Gunner, but I will tell you what we have to do with Gunner is we have to play. I think we have to look at this from an angle of, I think Bobo needs to go back to some of his Stetson play calling. He really has to be able to get. I think Stetson was most dominant when Stetson had, it maybe not RPO, but he had choices of what his RPOs look like. That's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily there's an RPO called, but my thing is I feel like Gunner is more of a get him running, get him throwing on the run, get him some, hey, I can run, I can pass. And that way, when you do fake it, you're going to get some busted coverage, man, because Big Ten is not, I don't think the Big Ten is really used to this, this SEC let it fly offense. That's why I'm thinking, I don't even want to see this Kirby, we can man up and run the ball right at you crap with these Big Ten teams. You can't. You're not going to be able to run the ball directly at them. And they know if they let Georgia become balanced, it's going to be a long night for them. So I think you're right. I think you guys are right. I don't think we have to throw the ball per se as the game plan, but I do think we have to be able to throw the ball and not just go, we're going to hide.
What do you think, like 50-40?
He's going to have to keep those safeties on.
I think he's going to have to be 60-40 throw over.
That's what I meant, yeah.
60-40 just because of the fact that we're not going to be able to establish the run, but we're going to have to go to the run in instances where they're going to load the box. But I don't think this Big Ten grouping, but until you get to Oregon, is very east and west. You look at even Oregon. Penn State beat Oregon a lot north and south. And that's where, unfortunately, that's why I think we have a really good shot at Oregon, is because Penn State ran directly at Oregon, and Oregon couldn't defend it, man. Oregon has a lot of they don't have a lot of beef. I mean, Jordan Birch up there is a big dude, but that's not what they run there. They don't run that there. They run a lot of stunts. They don't depend on their defensive line to take on 2 through 3 people. So, but now this Indiana front, kind of the same way. Agility is huge for them. They don't have a lot of hogs up there, so it'll be interesting to see, man. Let's look at all these bowl games. We're going to fly through some of these Mr. Irrelevant bowls. Let's get straight to it. Some of these, man, I'm just going to tell you, I might even flip a coin on this. It's crazy. We already had one of these happen, right? This is number 14. What's today?
Today's the 14th, 16th. Sorry.
No, South Alabama already beat Western Michigan. So
yeah, there's a game tomorrow night, though. I think.
Yeah, exactly. Tuesday, December 17th, Memphis, West Virginia, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
Ha!
Scooters Coffee, Memphis, West
Scooter.
Virginia. West Virginia has no coach. Who you got, Fish?
Ooh, give me the Mountaineers.
I'm going to go back and listen to this too. I think after we create us a little lineup, we can see whose record was the best. I think you guys should have to like cut all your hair off or something like that.
I'll shave my eyebrows if I lose.
I don't have any.
Well, there you go.
I don't have any.
There you go. Scooters. Who you got? West Virginia? No coach,
Give me
West
the
Virginia.
Mountaineers. They're going to have Rich Rod next year. Watch out.
Yikes. Again?
Yeah, I think so.
Crazy. Who you got? Who you got, Richman?
I'll go with Memphis.
Memphis. Give me West Virginia just because I don't know,
West
man.
Virginia.
They're playing super pumped because they need to show out for a coach. Wednesday, December 18th, Boca Raton Bowl. Western Kentucky, James Madison. No Signetti, James Madison. 5:30 p.m. Eastern. ESPN. Who you got, Fish?
Give me James Madison, based solely on what they did to North Carolina.
Right. It's like, give me James Madison.
Yeah, I'll take Madison myself.
James Madison. For the hell
There you go. Good job.
James Madison. Yeah, I got James Madison. I think too much offense. Western Kentucky struggled. I mean, they're on their third quarterback this year. I think trying to get things going. How are they even in a bowl? See what I'm saying? What is this bowl? Art of Sport, LA Bowl. Art of Sport. What is that? Cal, UNLV, SoFi Stadium, 9 o'clock, ESPN. People go to sleep at 9. Some people do. Almost my bedtime. Cal, obviously Mendoza. Is he going to play in this game? Mendoza's hitting the portal from Cal. A lot of people have him rumored to looking at coming to visit Georgia. Who you got, Fish?
Give me UNLV.
This is a battle.
I watched them fight hard in that against Boise State the other night.
Yeah. If you're picking to actually get it right, that's one thing. Who you got? Who you got, Richman?
I got UNLV.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Cal because any team that's getting Dan Mullen, I don't want to be a part of, bro. Dan Mullen going to UNLV. That's crazy.
I'll never pick Mullen to win anything ever.
Yeah, well, he's presently their coach, so I'll take Cal and Mendoza. I'll
but
take
he won't
the
be
Bears.
On the sideline,
I think they'll be. I think they'll be. I don't know. I just think they'll be smarter. There you go. Thursday, December 19th, R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, Georgia Southern at Sam Houston, 7 p.m. This is at the Superdome. Who you got, Fish?
Give me Georgia Southern.
Southern. I'll take Southern too. Why not?
Gator.
Give me the Eagles.
Gator.
Who you got, Richmond?
Gator. You know what that came from? Eric Russell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Georgia Southern, man, they low-key this year, they started out really rough, man, and reeled off a ton of wins at the end, man.
Mm-hmm.
I say rough for them, but I think they lost like 3 out of 4 or something like that the first few games of the year. Played hard teams, don't get me wrong. Yeah. Friday, December 20th, Ohio, not the state, versus Jacksonville State. Man, this running game of Jacksonville State, Camping World Stadium, Staff DNA Cure Bowl, also known as the COVID Bowl. Noon. Who you got, Fish?
Good Lord. Flip a coin. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
50-50 on either.
Right.
I'll take Jackson.
Yeah.
I got Jacksonville State, man. Give me the run game of Jacksonville State. I like their run game.
Yeah.
Is that who you want to? You're just gonna
No, I'll take Jacksonville State, yeah.
Chime in on this. This is one of the more interesting things coming up right here. I like this matchup. Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. This is right down the road from me, Tulane, Florida, in Raymond James Stadium. Man, 3:30 ESPN. Who you got, Rich man?
I'm gonna take Florida.
This is a big game right here. This kind of, if Florida loses this game, it kind of like culminates on a really great ending to their season. A lot of lead up to their off season, and Napier and Lagway and the positive momentum and they had a good recruiting class, top 15 recruiting class. I think they got to win this game to continue this positive momentum. I got Florida in this game. Who you got, Fish?
Oh, I'm taking Florida, definitely.
I think Florida's rolling towards the end of the season. Lagway looks great.
I'm picking them because I think they got to win this game, man. I think they don't need any. They need this positive momentum to keep going.
They don't need any hiccups going into next year.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. December 23rd, Monday, Myrtle Beach Bowl, Coastal Carolina, and UTSA. Coin flip. Who you got, Fish?
Give me the Fighting Chanticleers.
11 a.m., bro. Like Monday at 11 a.m. People are anybody watching this game, bro?
Ready for lunch.
Right?
About that time.
Give me Coastal Carolina, man. Although UTSA, man, has a really high powered, like the throwing. They're going to throw the ball like 58 times. It's in South Carolina. It's close to Coastal, right? Mm-hmm. I'll take Coastal as like a home game type atmosphere. Give me Coastal. Who you got? You got, Richman?
I got Coastal.
No, Northern. I'm so sorry. Northern Illinois, Fresno State, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, otherwise known as the. Isn't it crazy that Boise's gonna play that on a home game and then have it as a bowl game? Albertson Stadium, Boise, Idaho, 2:30. Who you got, Fish?
Give me Northern Illinois and some of that Notre Dame magic.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Who you got, Richman?
Yeah, I got Illinois.
Northern Illinois because you beat Notre Dame. I don't know. That's all I got to tell you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Christmas Eve, Tuesday, December 24th, the Hawaii Bowl. This is the one that always happens. It's 8 p.m. Just because of the fact that it's like really not 8 p.m. there. It's like 4. So they really get Christmas Eve still. So South Florida, USF, San Jose State. Who you got in this one? Fish.
South Florida.
USF. Give me USF because they're close down the road. I think this coach from USF, what's his last name? Used to be at Tennessee. Anyways.
Butch Jones?
Nope.
No, not Butch Jones.
Who you got in this one? His name's it's like a weird name. Volek, Alex Volt. Who you got, Richmond?
I'll take Florida.
I think USF wins this. His name is Alex Golish. Actually,
gotcha.
Yeah,
Golish.
I think he's gone after this game. I think he's a hot commodity. I think he might. I mean, you got a lot of jobs coming open. I don't know if you guys saw Wake Forest came open today as well.
Yeah, I did see that.
I don't know, man. You might see him gone. He's done some good things down there. I got USF in this one. December 26th, Thursday, game above Sports Bowl, Pitt, Toledo. Go ahead and get mine out of the way. I got Pitt in this one. I like Pitt. I think they had a solid year this year, and I think Toledo was just a coin flip to get them in a bowl game. Who you got, Fish?
Yeah, you're probably right. Oh yeah, I'm taking Pitt for sure. Although they did have a disappointing end of the season.
The Pitt Panthers. Yeah. I'm taking Pitt Panthers.
You know, it's Pitt. Yes, it's kind of a home game, right? It's up in Detroit, Ford Field. The Rate Bowl. That's it, man. The Rate Bowl. Chase Field, Phoenix. Rutgers, Kansas State. Who you got, Rich man?
Ooh, I'll take K-State.
Yeah.
Give me
the pretty boy QB with the bounce.
You got Kansas State too? So both of y'all got K-State?
Yeah.
I got
Shiano. Quarterback's
man.
Not bad.
I think Shiano, man, gets it together, man. He's like Rutgers has been okay this year on defense, and I think K-State towards the end of the year, just they're like, who is this team? Beginning of the year, I was like, wow,
they fell off.
They fell off really bad. And I mean, do they continue? I mean, I don't know, man. I got Rutgers. I think Shiano, man, pulls the defense together. 68 Ventures Bowl. I don't know what that is.
What is it?
Arkansas State. Bowling Green. It's a 9 o'clock game. Hancock Whitney Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. I don't even know where that stadium's at, man. Who you got, Fish?
Bowling Green. Why not?
I'll take Arkansas State because I'm not sure Bowling Green can deal with the humidity down there, even in this month.
I should take the cheerleaders. I should stay in the middle. I'll take Bowling Green, man. I don't know. Bowling Green, I don't know. Coin flip. Friday, December 27th.
Good pick.
Right, Bowling Green. Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, Oklahoma Navy. This is interesting. We get into some interesting finding, right? Navy obviously gonna run the ball a lot. This is a noon game. Who you got, Richman?
I'll take Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Just for
Fish.
Me too. Same. They looked good against Army the other day.
I got the
kept waiting on
horses
Army
in this
to.
one as well. Yeah, dude, I like Navy in this one. Navy's not just run this year, and
Hey,
that's made them a
we
little
never
bit
lost a
different.
war.
There you go. They're not going to
There you
lose
go.
this one either.
It's like this, not like that.
Sorry.
If you show me the palm of your hand, that means you've lost a war.
Yeah, and
Ours
I'm
is-
probably out of the Army too, or the Navy. That is, but maybe still with them. I don't know. I got Navy in this one, man. Too much run game for Oklahoma, but they're balanced too, man. Navy can throw the ball this year. I like this bowl right here next. Birmingham Bowl, Georgia Tech, Vanderbilt, battle of the unspoken heroes. You know, you got Vanderbilt who beat Alabama, Georgia Tech, who maybe should have beat Georgia. I don't know, but they did beat Miami. That should be in the playoff. Who you got, Fish?
Is Diego playing?
Poppy, I'm sure he is.
If he's playing, I'll take Vandy.
I haven't seen anything that he
it'll
wouldn't.
be a lot. It'll be a lot closer because Tech looked good, but so did Vandy. I guess it's going to come down to if they have who's leaving in the portal. Honestly,
You think Poppy is going to go somewhere in the portal?
if he does, I think then
Did they allow him to play another season?
Oh,
Yeah,
is he out of eligibility?
Yeah, I don't know if we got
He's
there yet.
appealed for another year because of COVID,
Oh, okay.
and he was had a medical red shirt or something. I'm not sure, but
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
I'm going to be a
Gotcha.
homer and take Vandy. So
Either way,
There you
man, I don't like picking this, but I like Tech. Tech looked really good. I don't know if Singleton's going to play, but I think Tech looked really great. I mean,
Tech
they
has
give the
never looked
performance.
great.
I think if they give the performance against Georgia, this is
Not
an
in
easy
that
game for them.
gold crap they wear.
Right,
Yeah.
there you go. AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Texas Tech, Arkansas.
Woo!
I got Arkansas in this one, man. I think they got to win this, man. They committed to my man Pittman again. They got to win this one, man. I for my man Pittman, I got to go Arkansas. Who you got, Fish?
Yeah, for Pittman. Let's do it for Sam.
For Pittman,
Yep.
for Grant. For Grant.
Yep.
Grant,
For
I got
Grant.
you, man.
Yep.
Arkansas. Who you got, Richmond?
I'll take Ark.
Syracuse, Washington State, DirecTV Holiday Bowl,
Easy.
Snapdragon Stadium. What?
Give me the cues all day long.
Snapdragon Stadium. Washington, I don't know if the quarterback plays. I don't know if the running back plays. They're probably going to end up at Oklahoma next year, right?
Probably.
I got Syracuse. Give me Fran Brown all day.
Yep.
I'll take Fran Brown. Who you got, Richmond?
Syracuse.
Fran Brown. Come on, man. Get you a bowl win. Snapdragon Stadium, 8:00 Fox.
Let's do it.
Texas A&M, USC, SRS Distribution, Las Vegas Bowl, Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, 10:30 at night. Probably won't even watch this game. Who you got, Fish?
A&M by 21.
They're gonna let Humphrey. If they let Humphreys put a suit on early. Anyways, yeah, I got A&M in this one.
Yeah.
Who you got, Richmond?
A&M.
If A&M wins this game by 21, Fish, you might see Lincoln Riley fired.
Yeah, I agree. I
December
think it's
28th,
happening. I just don't know when.
Is this gonna happen, dude? He may have one more year, but I don't know. He lost a lot of recruits this year.
He did.
December 28th, Saturday, UConn, North Carolina, the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. Real quick, who you got, Fish?
North Cackalack.
North Kakalaka, no coach, but Bill Belichick's on the horizon. Richmond, who you got?
That's right.
Yeah, I'll take North Carolina.
Yeah, Tar Heels here as well. Boston College, Nebraska, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. These names, bro. Boston College, Nebraska, and the Bronx, the Bad Boy Bronx Yankee Stadium. Who you got, Fish?
Boston College.
Yeah, man. Give me Boston College, Nebraska. Rayola is saying does Rayola see what he could be doing right now? Like, does he see where if he just would have stayed?
Yeah.
But now he's committed full out to Nebraska, and I'm guaranteed to tell you that Nebraska's going backwards right now. Give me Boston College. Who you got, Richmond?
Give me the Cornhuskers. We'll see.
The Huskers. Maybe because, yeah. All right. I'll just leave it at that. Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. Who cares? Louisiana, TCU. Who you got? Fish?
Give me the Horned Frogs.
Horned Frogs here, too. You got Richmond?
Yeah, I'll take TCU.
Pop-Tarts Bowl. Iowa State, Miami. Miami almost gets into a playoff game, and then they get the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Iowa State, though. This is a battle of two teams who one could have made it in, one thought they should have made it in. Who you got, Fish? Iowa State, Miami.
There you go. I lost you guys for a second. Sorry about that.
Iowa State, Miami. Who you got?
Iowa State, Miami. Give me Miami. Is Cam Ward playing? Oh, Cam Ward's playing. Yeah, give me Miami.
Yeah. Richman?
I'll take Miami.
I don't think Chris
Miami's going to win. I don't want to pick them. I don't want to pick them, but I think Miami's going to win. Snoop Dogg, Arizona Bowl. Miami of Ohio, Colorado State. Who cares?
Do you know that Snoop on a stoop is a thing now?
Yeah.
Like 100%. Walmart has all the merch.
100%, man. Everything.
That's awesome.
Miami of Ohio, Colorado State. Who you got, Fish?
Colorado State.
Richman?
Give me Miami because those Colorado boys will probably be all snooped up on that grass.
Okay, I dropped it. Colorado State. I don't know, man. Neither one of them. Who knows? Go Bowling, Military Bowl. East Carolina, NC State. Go Bowling, Military Bowl. Who you got, Fish?
ECU.
Give me NC State, man. Just because NC State's had a horrible year, they need a bowl win. Doring needs a bowl win. Who you got, Richman?
Yeah, I'll take State.
Valero Alamo Bowl. Richman, who you got? Colorado, BYU. Does Shador, is this all talk?
Ooh.
Shador and Hunter, do they play?
Ooh.
They have to play because all the crap Deion's been talking about it.
Yeah,
Can you imagine, though, bro? Can you imagine if one of those gets hurt in this irrelevant garbage bowl?
Travis Hunter is so fragile. Good luck drafting that dude and getting any kind of longevity out of him.
Like, I get making Deion look good, but can you imagine the stupidity? They should not be playing this game at all. This game means nothing. The Alamo Bowl, and I know it. Team, end of the year, precedent.
Deion's already ruined that. He's said way too much about it now. He's made way too big of a deal. There's no backing out at this point. They have to play at least like that the first half. And if they get up by 14, he can pull them.
I got BYU. I don't think they're going to play. Who you got, Richmond?
I think BYU's got a lot of bulletin board material. I don't know if they do that sort of thing, but I'll take BYU.
Fish?
Give me the Buffaloes. I think they got to play. I think they play for at least a half.
They better play, or Colorado gets beat down. It's going to be the Alamo. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl, Louisiana Tech, Army. Richman?
Give me the Armies.
Army. Who you got, Fish?
Army.
I like this bowl. Trans Perfect Music City Bowl. Wow. Iowa, Missouri. Fish, who you got?
I have a very good friend that is a huge Iowa Hawkeye fan. He is from Iowa. I work with his wife. I teach his daughter. Give me Iowa. That's for him. Plus, I don't like Missouri.
Iowa, Missouri.
I think Drinkowitz is a clown.
Yeah, I'll take Mizzou.
Give me Iowa, man. You know why? Because Iowa doesn't let anybody score, and Iowa doesn't score. So Iowa's going to win 6-3. That's what I got. Tuesday, New Year's Eve.
3-2. I'll do
3-2. That's even better. I gave him an opportunity. Alabama, Michigan. I don't know if Alabama's going to have any receivers. Justice Haynes is not going to be there. Raymond James Stadium. I might see if I can get some tickets to this game, man, because I don't know.
That's
Alabama,
right. It's in
Michigan.
Tampa.
Yeah. Who you got, Richman?
We'll take Michigan because I think Alabama's in disarray.
I think
Michigan's already kind of slightly planning on a comeback next year.
Yeah.
I think Bama fans are just, why Kalen DeBoer? Why Kalen DeBoer? But we knew that nobody, even if he did make the playoff with 3 losses, he's still a disappointment.
Yeah.
Still a huge disappointment. 3 losses, especially one blowout to Oklahoma on the road, 1 loss to a Vandy, who your former head coach just got done trash talking all morning on game day.
He's good. He beat Auburn.
Yeah. Well,
I think Alabama wins.
Michigan.
I think Alabama wins this game just because Milroe. I think Michigan's going to have a hard time adjusting to the speed of that team. Ryan Williams is fast. Milroe's fast. It's going to be a 1-2 man game. Defense will be fine.
I think if Milroe decides to go pro, he doesn't play.
Nah, Milroe plays. I don't even know if Milroe's going pro. But if Milroe comes back again, it's a downfall. But I think the fact that this Deuce Knight kid or whatever his name is, maybe I'm the wrong kid. But anyways, I got Alabama. Who you got, Fish?
Michigan.
Okay, 2 Michigans in Alabama. I just need to see Michigan score. I mean,
that's true.
I think I need to see him score. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, real quick. Washington, Louisville. Who you got, Richman?
Give me Louisville.
I got Washington in this one. Who you got, Fish?
I'm taking Louisville because I've actually seen them play this year a few times.
Louisville got him a quarterback. They have a quarterback for next year too. It's I just saw. I forget who signed who. I'll have to look at that up, but they definitely got him a portal quarterback. Cheese It Citrus Bowl, South Carolina, Illinois. I like this game. This is my best bowl game of the non-playoff games. I like Brett Bielema. I think he did a great job with Illinois this year.
Me too.
I think this is going to be a really good game. South Carolina's hot. South Carolina's going to want to blow somebody out so they can kind of say, look what you know how Elf on the Shelf is from South Carolina.
You got jokes tonight, man. I've laughed way more this podcast than I have the previous 5 or 6.
Elf on the Shelf, bro. Beamer, the Elf on the Shelf, man. Hide him where you want to. Who you got in this one, Fish?
I'm taking South Carolina because I know Lenoris is playing. I know that he's not opting out or anything like that. He's playing.
Heisman watch, right? Heisman.
Yeah.
Heisman watch next year.
Oh,
Richman, who you got?
Guarantee you, buddy.
I'll take Elf on the Shelf.
Elf on the Shelf, man. Come on, I got South Carolina.
Beamer on a steamer.
I like Bielema though, man. I think they had a really good year. Kinder's Texas Bowl, Baylor, LSU. Who you got, Fish?
LSU. You know what? Scratch that. I hate Brian Kelly. I'm not picking Brian Kelly. Give me Baylor.
I can't pick Brian Kelly, man. This would be incredible to see them lose this game because Nussmeier's coming back. Kelly's talked so much portal mess. Give me Baylor. Give me Baylor because I just want to see. I want to see him pound his fist, and then Nussmeier be like, you know what? I thought about coming back, but I'm actually hitting the portal. You got Richmond.
Yeah, see you later.
LSU's gonna win.
LSU's gonna win, but I'm going with Baylor.
I'm going
with Baylor because Aranda needs this win for his job too. Thursday, January 2nd, Tax Slayer, Gator Bowl, Duke, Ole Miss. Who you got, Richmond?
Ole Miss.
Yeah, no Malik Murphy. Ole Miss big, man. Who you got, Fish?
Oh, Ole Miss.
Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, North Texas, Texas State. Coin flip. Who you got, Richmond?
Who?
Right? North Texas, Texas State.
I'll take Texas State because I'm going to assume they're South. So I'm going to go for the South Texas team.
I'll take South Texas State. Yeah, South Texas State is the new school name. Who you got, Fish?
Wasn't Texas State the team in the movie Necessary Roughness?
Maybe.
Is that Green Machine? Is that Green Machine?
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, give me Texas State.
I've actually seen their stadium. I drove by there when I was lost in Texas, and it says Green Machine.
I just like Texas. I like Texas State. It sounds better than North Texas. I'll take Texas
give me that.
State.
Give me Texas State.
Duke's Mayo Bowl, Minnesota, Virginia Tech. Fish, who you got?
Minnesota. Minnesota always finds a way to play up to their opponent. I think they'll be ready for this game. Give me Minnesota. I like their coach. He's always wearing the tie. Looking all dressed
PJ
up.
Fleck.
Yeah, I like him.
Old school.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. You Minnesota, man. Minnesota, they'll be ready. Virginia Tech, they're going to be close to their home.
No Enter Sandman that day. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Who you got, Richmond?
The Beavers out-engineer Virginia Tech.
The Beavers chop down the Virginia Tech Hokie. Last one. Save the best for last. Not really. Bahamas Bowl, Buffalo, and Liberty. Who you got, Fish?
I'm taking Liberty just because I know more about them than Buffalo.
I'm taking Liberty, man. You don't bet against Jesus, bro. You don't bet against Jesus. Liberty all the way, man. Who you got, Richmond?
Liberty, all the way.
Liberty. They have better ad campaign.
I'll be honest with you, man. This bowl season, we got to wrap up quick because we are an hour 20 minutes. But this bowl season, man, is really wild. This playoff has made it interesting. I'm really curious to see if they leave this system alone one more year. I'm really curious to see what the viewing is of these bowl games. It's going to be an interesting bowl season to say the least. Looking forward to Friday and Saturday. These games going to be played. And looking forward to seeing who Georgia gets. You guys make sure to tune in next week. It'll be game week, man. It'll be game. No, it will not be game week.
No, our next game week is January 1.
Yeah, it will not be game week. So the next group gets 2 weeks off as well. Wow.
They get a bye week before their next game. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, how nice of them.
I know.
Listen, man. We're gonna talk. We got a week to kind of press a little bit. We're gonna talk portal. We're gonna look at our recruiting class next week. Kind of break down what we look at coming in recruiting wise. Talk about our opponent. Maybe look at the matchups. And maybe pick that second round and see where we're at. But hey, man, always fun. We will see what that looks like next week with Christmas. Probably be earlier, but definitely we will recap these games afterwards. Fish, Rich, man, always a pleasure, man. These bowl games are going to be either A, very weird, or B, very fun and enjoy. I hope to see some really close, crazy, because they need it for the viewing piece of it. They just need some crazy outcomes. Yeah, if it's blowouts, bro,
well, there's going to be an upset. One of them. There's going to be an upset.
There's going to need to be. So
maybe 4 upsets.
Could be. I think that's the way Richman sees it anyway.
We shall see.
I would love that if that happened. That would be
the biggest upset I see is Indiana over Notre Dame. That's just because Indiana's 10th and Notre Dame's 7th. Notre Dame is really just ranked way too high, in my opinion. If you ask me,
I think
you got to give Indiana the benefit of the doubt for playing in a conference. I think Notre Dame should be as low as they possibly can be without being in the 12th spot. So I think Notre Dame should be sitting there at 11. Honestly, Notre Dame should be playing Penn State. So that's me. But
just handpicking the easiest schedule they possibly want outside of USC, because that's a game that goes back years, even back when USC was good. Yeah. But other than that, they're just handpicking the easiest ACC teams. I mean, they're not even playing the strongest ACC teams. They're just playing whoever they want. Yeah, I don't think they should be making a playoff without a conference. That's
Notre Dame should be playing Hawaii in the Lawnmower Bowl.
Yeah, I think they should be penalized for not playing in a conference, man.
Exactly.
You can go somewhere, but not the playoff. Mm-hmm. You can't pick your own schedule, man. If that's the case, Kirby should be looking at, get out of the conference, dude.
Yeah.
You let somebody like Kirby or even a Kelly or you let one of those SEC teams say we're out of here, man. It just takes one. It takes one team, man, to say we're out of here, or we're out of here, or get this playoff thing right. Pick the best 12 teams. Period. Yeah. Because if there's 5 more spots, I can guarantee you one thing: Georgia will always be at least with the way the recruiting classes are going, and Kirby, they're going to be in the top 12. So. All right, boys. Well, if we don't go live before Christmas next week, which I think we will, Merry Christmas. But hey, we'll be in touch about these with these games going on this weekend. But for myself, Richman, Fish, best of luck to these playoff teams. I hope you're just. I don't wish for injuries, but I just hope you're tired. Be real tired when it comes around to it. But as always, hopefully the dogs are resting. For myself, Fish, Richman, thanks for joining tonight. Make sure you go follow on YouTube and all streaming platforms. Go and get us to 1,000 followers on YouTube 24 hours later on Apple Podcasts. Thank you guys for the support. Have a great night, and go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.